As our nation marks Veterans Day, some of the most hallowed grounds are cemeteries. But not everyone who served has gotten to find the final peaceful resting place that they deserve. Action News race and culture reporter Twyla Thomas is live in Chester Township tonight with more on that. Twyla.
Well, Rick, we're at Green Lawn Cemetery, and it looks so much better than it used to. That's because residents took action. They cleaned up here, discovering the long-forgotten graves of residents and service members. They gather at this cemetery not to grieve,
hey, Miss Hedge,
but to work. Volunteers focus on Green Lawn Cemetery in Chester Township, built in 1907 at a time when even cemeteries were segregated.
This is exactly where a lot of our loved ones, especially particularly in the city of Chester, were buried.
It's why Twyla Simpkins was disappointed when doing a documentary on the cemetery 3 years ago.
people were very angry, very annoyed because of how the cemetery currently was.
Unkempt and abandoned, with graves that had become overgrown.
Most of the weeds in the grass was as tall as I was.
Some hiding the headstones of heroes.
When we started finding headstones, that's when we found the Buffalo Soldiers.
Many individuals that served in the Civil War, they were buried right here.
Black service members who State Representative Carol Kazim says deserved better.
I think what's heartbreaking is to see that they're still not acknowledged.
It's why Friends of Green Lawn formed to clean up the cemetery.
I've adopted one side of the cemetery and I maintain that.
Companies donated equipment to clear some of the land. The rest, volunteers cleared by hand, discovering long-forgotten graves of both civilians
Well, Miss Hammond, we found you.
and soldiers.
Somebody's hollering from the distance, I found it, I found it.
They found the graves of more than 300 veterans.
It's like a continuous labor of love.
The goal is not just to clean the cemetery, but to own it. That part has to be worked out in court.
It's a shame that it has to be this way, but it's beautiful when you can see it all done.
In the meantime, the Friends of Green Lawn are committed to the mission,
You just need an army, and we're forming an army.
ensuring all can truly rest in peace.
It is our duty.
Friends of Green Lawn will hold a Veterans Day ceremony right here tomorrow at 1 p.m. It's open to the public, as is the opportunity to serve. They're always looking for volunteers, as well as individuals and companies, to sponsor parts of the cemetery so that it never falls into disrepair again. In Chester Township, Twyla Thomas, Channel 6 Action News.
Wow, you love to see the community effort
Absolutely.
to give them the respect they deserve.
Thank you for that report.